Repurposer podcast, where we explore different ways authors can repurpose their book's content for greater impact. I'm your host, Pooja Arshnapali, and today we're discussing the impact of nurturing your community. I know as an author who focuses on nonfiction, the purpose of producing a book is to spread the mission, use it as a lead gen tool, and get access to more opportunities. And once the book is produced, it's something that you can check off your list and continue to move on to the next task. But I want you to stop for a second, because if someone has purchased your book, it means that someone has invested in you because they spent money behind your book. So instead of trying to get a new audience, focus on nurturing and building the current community that you already have. Because if someone has already purchased from you, it makes it easier for them to be sold again. But if you don't believe me, I can provide you some stats about nurturing your community, and these stats are provided by the site MarketSplash in 2023. So companies that excel in lead nurturing generate 50% more sales-ready leads while reducing costs by 33%. Nurtured leads tend to make purchases that are 40% larger in size compared to non-nurtured leads. Among marketers, 59% concur that crafting content poses a significant challenge within lead nurturing strategies. So if you're not reconnecting and nurturing your leads, it can be a missed opportunity. And in this episode, I will show you 3 practical ways on how to nurture your audience. So the first way is by creating an exclusive community. So this is a group of people that you can create content and actively engage with. So according to a study in HubSpot, active self-sufficient communities can become hubs for customers to ask and answer questions, which alleviates pressure on customer support teams. They could also reduce support costs. One study found it was 72% cheaper to answer a question via a community than to submit a ticket to a support team. Communities can also reduce your ad spending. In 2022, ad spending in the US was predicted to cross $200 billion. Brands with active communities can spend less on social media advertising because then they can reach your customers in an own space for free. For creating a community, you can start with a Facebook group or a LinkedIn group, which is free to use, and then start creating posts like polls, thoughtful questions, getting people in the audience to interact with each other. So that second option that you can use is by providing free access to yourself. So whether it is a free training, a live webinar, a Q&A session, finding a small way to communicate with people and get reoccurring people to connect with you. So according to a study in HubSpot, in a blind test run by a team at Business to Community, it was discovered that live webinars got a 2.3 times number of attendees than an on-demand video. In addition, live attendants were also more attentive as participants viewed an average of 80% of live webinar content. This type of turnout can aid your business in lead generation and more conversions if they're immersed in what you have to say. You can create free trainings, webinars, Q&A sessions, but I also know that there's another way that you can do this. If you're really good at networking with people, you can easily create a meeting, like a 1-hour meeting, and invite as many people, kind of like hosting a open hours with people. So you're basically having 5 or 6 people in one session instead of having to do one-on-one sessions with reconnecting with those people. The last way is by building an email list. And I feel like email is probably one of the most underrated platforms that people don't utilize enough, but it's one platform that you own. According to a study that I found on Opt-in Monster, email marketing is highly effective for B2B and B2C sectors. For B2B, 50% of marketers consider email the most impactful channel in their multi-channel marketing strategy. And in B2C, 59% of consumers say marketing emails influence their purchase decisions, with over 50% making purchases from an email at least once a month. Email marketing offers an impressive return on investment with a global average of $36 returned for every $1 spent. This high ROI makes it a highly attractive marketing channel for authors looking to promote their books and connect with their audience efficiently. So those are the 3 options that I have for this episode. And I hope this episode was helpful, or at least helped you get started on what platforms to use to build and nurture your audience. Join us the next time on the Content Repurposer podcast as we continue to explore on how authors can repurpose their content for greater impact. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you found this episode helpful, and don't miss out on any insights and strategies to help you maximize the impact of your book.